Good morning, happy Easter. I don't know if you've ever gone looking for answers on the internet. It can be quite a dangerous game, can't it? A small headache with a couple of clicks on Google turns into something far worse. I don't know if you've gone looking for answers to big religious questions as well. If you were to Google, you'd find literally hundreds of arguments for why Jesus is God, why we should trust the Bible, why is this all happening in our world. For the last 2,000 years, Christians haven't ignored these questions. No, there have been many, many men and women who have dealt with these questions. There are good reasons for trusting. There are good reasons for faith. If you've been interested in anything that's been said in these videos, can I suggest a couple of books that you might want to go away and read? Confronting Christianity by Rebecca McLaughlin, The Reason for God by Tim Keller, Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis, or Unapologetic by Francis Spufford. All of those would be good places to carry on your exploration of Christianity a little bit further. See, there are good reasons for faith. Which begs the question, if there are good reasons for faith, and if Easter is such good news as we've seen, why would anyone not choose to trust in Jesus? Why would someone choose not to plug into him? Well, we get an odd little account at the end of Matthew's Gospel, which gives us an insight. See, as the angel that we heard about yesterday came and rolled the tomb away from the rock away from the front of Jesus' tomb, there were Roman soldiers guarding it. They saw the angel. They were terrified. They saw it all with their own eyes. And then when they fainted, and then when they woke up, they went to go tell the religious officials what had happened. Listen to what the chief priests, the religious officials, did. The chief priests met with the elders and devised a plan. They gave the soldiers a large sum of money, telling them, "You are to say his disciples came during the night and stole him away while we were asleep. If this report gets to the governor, we will satisfy him and keep you out of trouble." The soldiers have really solid evidence, eyewitness testimony. It's staring these priests in the face, but they willfully decide not to trust. In fact, they choose instead to live a lie. Why is that? It's not for lack of evidence, is it? If we go looking for evidence, we can find it. There's thousands of books and articles explaining tenets of the Christian faith. Now, I guess the resurrection of Jesus, it leaves us with a funny kind of challenge, doesn't it? Like, if you were living one way or believing one thing your entire life, and then this guy Jesus comes back from the dead and says he's God and he is the only way to eternal life, well, it forces some kind of response, doesn't it? It doesn't leave a lot of room for doubt. You might say, "I'm not sure if I can believe this," but once you've got the evidence, you can't then say, "I might follow Jesus or I might not," at least not with any kind of integrity. If Jesus rose from the dead, then there is no doubt what our response should be. It should be to trust him and follow him. I wonder if for some people, though, it's easier, more convenient to live the lie rather than to confess our need for help, to follow Jesus and believe in him. See, Matthew tells us this little odd story at the end of the account for a reason. It's a negative example for us. See, Jesus did rise from the dead. His tomb was empty. His disciples went from being terrible failures to telling everyone in the Mediterranean Greco-Roman world that Jesus rose from the dead, starting the world's biggest religion. There are good reasons for trusting in Jesus this Easter. But for some, living the lie they will find easier. It doesn't change the fact Jesus is risen. Jesus is the one who offers life after death. He has proved it. But for some of us, perhaps we may feel like living the lie is a bit easier.